Welcome back to another episode of Let's Puzzle. That has such a dumb name. That's all I can think of calling it. Welcome to the Puzzled Pint. I had to think of the name of it. Man, when you only have two smalls throughout the entire day as the only things you've drank, and they were small cups from Subway of vitamin water, man, a White Russian does really well for you. Don't worry, I did eat today. I had a steak, egg, and cheese. Again, still January the 24th from the last video. Don't worry. I had a foot-long steak, egg, and cheese, and I had some ice cream, and that is what is in my belly. Which means I should eat, but it is late. I don't eat much. I try not to. Food make you fat. So does alcohol. It's fun. Your body is not made to survive. In this episode, we're going to be doing the next puzzle. That is Mary Ann. So, future me, take it away. Hi, future Phoebe here, telling you that we are here with the next puzzle of that puzzle hunt that we're working on. This is Mary Ann. I don't remember any of the characters from Gilligan's Island. I know Gilligan. I know the Skipper? I know the skipper, and I know the captain. So, it's been a long time since I've watched Gilligan's Island. That's not actually true. It's been like a month or two since I watched Gilligan's Island. A little bit of it, because it was playing on the TV at the hospital. Needless to say, let's read this. With her Kansas family farm experience, Mary Ann manages the Castaways' agriculture and runs a tightly organized garden. Each crop is in its own area of just the right size, and a carefully planned path allows access throughout. Shade squares to represent the path, leaving groups of unshaded squares for the crops. Each crop area will have exactly one number in it. This sounds like Nurikabe. Every crop area will have exactly one scarecrow. This sounds like Star Battle. Some scarecrows will be on the path. Each number specifies how many squares, including itself, are in the crop's area, unshaded squares. This sounds like Nurikabe. Squares are considered part of the area if they touch along edges. This sounds like Nurikabe. No crop area may touch any other crop area along an edge. This is Nurikabe. Touching at corners is permitted. This is no longer Nurikabe. The entire path, shaded squares, must be connected together along edges. This is a mix of Nurikabe, Star Battle, and Cave. And I am so happy with that. So we're going to take our lovely pencil tool and we're going to make red, because I don't know why I always use red. We're going to make this bigger. That works. And we're going to bring the opacity down. It's almost like I've done this a lot. 50? Yeah, 50 works. I was going to say 20, but no, 50 works. We're going to bring this up a little bit. 30? 30! Now, what does it say? No crop area may touch any other crop area along an edge. Touching at corners is permitted. Permitted is fine? Permitted is fine. Yes. Approval. Yes. So, this is Nurikabe. Once you have determined the layout, the scarecrows in the crop areas, aka the Nurikabe Islands, will help you discover what Mary Ann is bringing to the December 14th celebration. I can already see what this is. We have a cheat sheet. We looked at this earlier. There's the semaphore, which is, the army flag alphabet, where the guy holds up the two flags in different positions and shit. The orthogonal? No, orthogonal is only north, south, east, and west. I'm thinking of the cardinal. The cardinal directions. The guy holds two flags in cardinal directions, and that determines the letter. So, whatever's in the island with the clues is the Phoebe, you can do this. I believe in you. Is the letter used? So that's fine. So what we'll do is we'll mark every square red that is part of an island. Anything that's not part of the island, aka what we're going to call the cave walls, because this also reminds me of cave wall puzzles, will be black. Now, in the red, where the scarecrows are, I can use the black ink on GIMP to write over the scarecrow and write the letter. And then book reading all red square scarecrows, or red circle square scarecrows, their letters will determine a word. Woo! Okay, so we know certain things. We know, because of Nurikabe rules, that this can never meet. Oh, I do not want that. I want to bring the opacity back up for that. I want that. I want that. Now, Nurikabe rules, if you've never done Nurikabe before, Nurikabe has a few little hints and tips that you can memorize. And one of them is, well, no matter what, let's look at this 2 clue for an instance. The 2 can either go here, in which its blacks will be here, 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 and here to mark it off from not touching any other island, quote unquote, or in this area, crop area. Or it can be here, in which case it goes boop, 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 and boop. Now, what you've probably noticed at that point is that no matter which is right, this is wrong. And therefore, the same thing happens here. It's a little thing that you can memorize. It's pretty much, if you have the last spot stuck in a corner with 2, again, here, it either goes here, and this, and this turn off, or it goes here, and this, and this turn off, but that's always going to happen. The last 2 are either boop, boop, or boop, boop. It's dependent. But what we can do is look at these rules again. I'm now realizing, because I see a move and I need to double check. It says each crop area will have exactly 1 scarecrow. And the reason why I'm reading that is because there's both a 6 that needs to leak out and an 8 that needs to leak out. So the 8 is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's only going to take 1 of these scarecrows. But once it does, it cannot take the other. If it takes this one, that turns off. If it takes that one, not only does this turn off, but this has to turn off, or else it's touching the 5 island, and it's going to have to go south. We're not going to do anything with that. 1, 2, 3, 4... and then we're in a bad spot. So, let's think about this. What can I do? I can use a little bit of weird Nurikabe logic. And follow me on this, because this is going to get weird, but trust me. I can determine where some of this 6 is. And the reason why I can determine why some of the 6 is because it's stuck in a corner surrounded by a 2 and a 5, and it has to probably get out. So we're going to count that after I take a sip of white Russian. The longer this goes, the worse I'm going to get. Check the future videos to see how bad I get. Okay. Wow, I felt that already. Okay, so what we can determine is that the 6 can go certain ways. It can go 1, 2, which we already knew. And it made it brighter, but that's just to indicate that I clicked it. But it can't take this because then it's part of the 2. So it can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we know that no matter what, in some way it's going to escape this corner because the 2 has it blocked and the 5 has it blocked. It can't go up here because it would be touching that 5 island. But what we can determine is that no matter what way it gets out, it has to get out while bypassing the 5. And so it can't take this, but it 100% takes this. And because of that logic, my cat is screaming and he is about to get beaten to fucking death. That has to happen. Now, I say that has to happen, which means now this has to happen. I feel so much better just by getting up and doing that. Not hitting the cat. Don't worry, didn't hit the cat. But what I can say from the bottom of my heart is, 1, I'm not an alcoholic. I only drink every couple months. So, this is the one time. And 2, wow, I feel a lot better. Wow. All it took was a quick piss. Other Let's Players and streamers keep that shit, so I'm just gonna keep that. If you want Phoebe's gamer piss, just email her at... I'm joking. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Anyway, point being, what can I say? What I can say is that, if this has to escape, if the 6 has to escape, 100% taking that. It doesn't have to take this. It doesn't have to take that. It could take one or the other. It could take both. I'm not sure. What I do know is that this 6 already has its semaphore letter. And I'm now realizing that every island must have a semaphore letter because every island must have a scarecrow. And now that I realize that, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 letters, which means what I'm looking for is a 9-letter word, because there will be 9 scarecrows. So, oh man, that new White Russian is kicking my ass. Not new, but I've already taken a sip of my other one. So, what I can say is, if this gets taken, is 100% 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and stops. And the reason why I say that is if this is taken, this cannot be taken because every island has, or every crop field has 1 scarecrow. If I take that scarecrow, that turns black, and it can't hit here, or else the 6 crop and the 2 crop are fused. So that would have to turn black, and then you get stuck with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's all trapped. And now I'm realizing something evil. So let me read the clue again, because I feel like I already fucked this up. The entire path must be connected together along edges. And the reason why I said I think I fucked this up is because if you know cave clues indicate... Let me read this. Every crop area will have exactly 1 number in it. Yes. Which means you get the black circles here and here. But then I read, the entire path must be connected together along edges. And the reason why I think that is because the example shows it as 1 complete thing. But this can't be. And the reason why this can't be... No. I'm sorry, because it's Narakabe. Right. Never mind, I'm wrong. Don't worry about me. So the reason why I was thinking I broke this is because if you do a lot of cave puzzles, what you realize is that in cave, all of the unshaded areas, or, as we'll call them here, the red, must all be a connected thing. But they're not here. The other thing you realize, this is an anti-cave. Oh. So here's what I was thinking. What I was thinking is if you do a lot of cave puzzles, you start to realize certain things. And one of the things that you realize is that red in cave puzzles has to be interconnected. black has to hit edges, which is what we have up here. But because of the rules of cave puzzles, the checkerboard pattern of one color diagonal and one color diagonal breaks the puzzle. Because in order for this black to get to an edge, it either has to block off this, and then it can never connect with the rest of the reds, or it could do this. I completely fucked it up. Let's redo this. It does that, and then this 5 clue, even if it was actually 5 long, could never connect with the rest of the reds. But we don't have to worry about this because it has some K rules, but this is a Nurikabe, so the reds are 100% not connecting to each other, and so I don't have to give a fuck about the checkerboard pattern. So that 2-5 clue that I see in the bottom right corner is not broken, nor is that 2-6, nor is that A5. So I'm good. I'm happy. I'm not, because I don't know what the fuck the next clue is. This is a 3 difficulty. This isn't even all that difficult. This has to be doable. That being said, what I'm going to do then is I have to realize that the 2 clue in the bottom right corner has to hit one of those 2 semaphores and then stop. Either, let me look at this real quick. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to use Sudoku terminology here, but either the bottom right 2 hits R8C5 or R9C6. That means row 8C5, aka this one, or R9C6, aka this one. So we 100% know that this 2's letter is either this or this. We know that this 2 is either this or this. So we could actually be a jackass right now and use some outside cheat code help. And I don't mean cheat code. What I mean is, how do I want to word this? Okay, so we know that if this takes this, let's rephrase that. If this takes this, this has to take that, this has to take that. Yes, I'll show that with gray again. If that takes that, this 2 has to take that because it can't take that because it touches the 6. I do want it in red. If this takes this, the 2 can't come down because then they'd be one conjoined crop, so we take that. This 2 can't go right or it's one conjoined crop, we have to do that. Now, the reason why that is so important is because now we have the last 4 letters of a 9-letter word, and we can jerry-rig that shit. So, let's jerry-rig it. Well, that didn't help me at all. I feel like there are words that end with atin, so we can't use that. That one we still know. We know 100% that space is taken, and I want to highlight that again. Shit, man, we're already through our time, and I'm unsure. So let's think about this. What do I need to know? I need to know. I do know. Let me read that again. The entire path, aka the shaded cells, must be connected together along edges, which means I do know how this works. This black circle is completely stuck and not touching an edge. This has to come out, which means this 8 also has to come out. So we actually have our first letter, but we're not gonna worry about that. We're not gonna touch that. We're not. 100%. Actually, we don't know if that's the first letter because that 2 could go left, and that would be the first letter, because I'm assuming it's first letters in the sense of normal reading order and not by order of the clues. Like, I assume it's not the letters for 8253522266, but instead this scarecrow, that scarecrow, that scarecrow, that square, because it would be reading order. Anyway, point being that the black has to get out. And so this black in the bottom right corner also has to get, or not bottom right, bottom left. My condolences. But this is actually super important. And the reason why I say it's important is because this now goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it cannot join that 8. So it takes this. But now I have 6, which is why I just turned the opacity up, because I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh shit, this one is done. Let's turn all of those off. Well, this tuna, or this black, has to get out and touch an edge. Again, I would do cave rules and say that has to be red because you can't have a 2x2 area, but nowhere in this puzzle says you can't have a 2x2 shaded area, so I don't have to give a shit about that. What I do have to give a shit about, though, is that 2 needs, in the bottom left corner, has to have a second position. It's that, and so we turn black, and so what I think is that future Phoebe can speed this footage up, because I think you can all see what's about to happen, but there's going to be an entire cascade of events that happens in future Phoebe. It's your job to fast forward this and put some nice music to it, like some, I don't know, something OC remix, because that's not, I can't get DMC, we can't get DMC aid for OC remix music. Or use some Kevin MacLeod music. I don't give a fuck either way. You're probably going to use some OC remix stuff, because let's be fair, it's OC remix. But, put the credits in the description. That's literally all that OC remix ever asks for. So do it. Okay, future Phoebe, you need to unmute this part, because this part's going to get really confusing. And slow this part down. You know what I meant. The entire path shaded squares must be connected together along edges. Now that still makes me feel like this is some cave shit, but I'm not entirely sure. I feel like this is anti-cage, where the clues are the normally shaded cells and the path is the unshaded cells. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm just thinking, do all the blacks have to connect together? It makes me feel like all the blacks have to connect together, and we're gonna go by that logic, and we're gonna see what happens. So, continue to fast forward. Hi. Okay, so what you're looking at is a finished copy. You just watched the speed ran. Hopefully with some good music. Future Phoebe, it was your goddamn job to put good music. Why the fuck did you not put good music? Now, oh god, I need a new White Russian, but at the same time, I am already feeling the fuck of this one. It's been an hour, and this is a giant glass, and I finished it. Now, for the most important part of this, which is we have a bunch of scarecrows. And it is our job to put this shit together. I probably zoomed in a little bit too much. No, I didn't. It perfectly fits. I am fucking awesome. For which I mean, thank you, Gimp. Love you. I almost kissed Mr. Kitty on the forehead. During that little cut, I might be a little buzzed. Probably more than buzzed. Okay, so we're going to bring this. We have this back up to capacity? Yes, because we're going to write letters, right? This work for letter? Perfect. So, let's get some letters going. Shall we? First letter that we're going to put is just diagonals. Per diagonals. That is an L. Let's write an L. It looks like a face for R. Okay. Let's write an L. Perfect. 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. How hard could that be to find? It's probably not. It's an A. Look. We did it. Now, are there any others that were that? Yes. Right down there. Was that the N? Let's just check that again. I want, what was that? It was noon. Noon and 8 is a K. Ooh, did I fuck this up? Interesting. Ooh. 10 and 3. 10 and 3. 10 and 3 is a Y. 10 and 3 is a Y. 6 and 1. 6 and 1. 6 and 1 is an E. 6 and 1 is an E. That is a bad E, but I'm going to take it anyway. T-posing. T-posing is an R. Layer? What? It's definitely layer. Right, it's 2 words. So layer. 6 and 11. Did I just do 6 and 11? 6. No. That was something else. Okay, so 6 and 11. 6 and 11 is a C. Ooh. Layer. I'm going to guess layer cake. So let's just skip to the E, which is 6 and 1. Is it 6 and 1? Oh, baby, I'm good at what I do. What I do is fucking be smart while I'm drunk. Oh, I'm so good at my job. So, I'm gonna go make a new White Russian, which is probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And next time on the Gilligan's Island Puzzle Hunt, we're gonna go do the Professor. Because I'll sit right in. Hold on, I'm not gonna look up the lyrics. I'll sit right in and tell a tale you've never heard. I don't know. Yeah. I love you all. If you like the video, even if you're just a random passerby, hey, that even helps more. That means that some random fucker liked my video. Comment that I'm too drunk. I don't care. Do it. And, you don't have to subscribe, but that helps. So, you know. There's a Twitch. You can sub to it. You can follow to it. There's emotes. There's cute shit. There's fun stuff. There's all sorts of things. There's a Patreon. You can vote for stuff. The reason why I'm doing this is because I've asked patrons if they want to see more puzzle hunts, and they said yes, so I'm doing it. And I'm smooth. Which is, I guess, the point. Because, female. You know what I mean? There are females I know that don't shave at all, and it's crazy. But that being said, point being is that I also have a Twitter. Follow me for updates and stuff. Not like this. I'm rarely ever just this fucked up. So, I apologize for this. But it's because it's called Puzzled Pint. Of course I'm gonna drink while I'm doing a thing called Puzzled Pint. What the fuck else am I supposed to do? Namaste. I love you all. See you all next time.